What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. We just got some massive changes to some classes and the Scarlet Enclave raid. Now, this comes as a bit of a surprise to me because I had a feeling they were going to leave this the way it was for a little bit longer, maybe 1-2 more weeks, but I think they were listening to the player base, and I think that Blizzard really just saved Phase 8 in Season of Discovery. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So first off, I want to go over the Scarlet Enclave changes, right? There has been a lot of changes to the raid going along with this week's maintenance starting today, right? So today, after reset, you're diving into Scarlet Enclave for your next lockout. There's going to be some serious changes, and we're going to talk about them right now. So up first, we have Mason the Echo. The Berserk timer has been increased to 7 minutes, which is really nice because that was a really tight Berserk timer. It seemed like if you didn't have 35 plus people and at least 5 Atieshes in your raid, you were not going to meet that Berserk timer. And then we have the Scarlet Cannonballs that are now properly removed when the boss leashes and resets. So you can no longer do the cheese of pull him, farm the cannonballs, run up the hill, reset, farm another cannonball, run up the hill, reset, and then pull him and now have instant ways to get his shield down. That is no longer a thing, but we do have an increased Berserk timer, so that is really good. And that's not all. We have way more for him coming in the next picture I'm going to show you guys, but let's keep going here. We have the Beast Lord. Enervate and Enkindle have their periodic damage reduced slightly. The spell visuals for Wild Fissure have been greatly improved. And then we have the Reborn Council. Blast Wave's vertical arc from the knockback has been lessened. Okay, so those are very minor, right? This is what came out at first, and I'm like, oh, these aren't really that big of changes. Like, I think most people are still gonna struggle with this raid, but let me keep going. So after a bit of backlash, people were like, what's going on? We're not sure how this is working. They put out another blue post and they said, we've seen a bit of confusion about the Scarlet Enclave adjustments posted in today's hotfixes and wanted to post an additional note ahead of tomorrow's North American resets to clarify that these are not the only adjustments we have planned this week. The adjustments detailed in the post earlier this evening are already live as of today, but the remainder of the adjustments we have planned needed a bit more time for testing, but are ready and waiting for deploy with regional downtime starting tomorrow, as in today if you're watching this on Tuesday, the 22nd of April. So here's an overview of the adjustments coming with regional maintenance today, as in Tuesday, April 22nd. So Lestraza, Beastmaster, and Mason and their ads have had their HP reduced by 15%. Reborn Council, Lillian Voss, Calderon, and their ads have had their HP reduced by 10%. Reborn Council and Rage increased from 5 minutes and 30 seconds to 7 minutes. Lillian Voss and Rage Timer increased from 3 minutes to 4 minutes, and Beatrix Trash HP lowered by another 20%. So all in all, guys, serious nerfs to the Scarlet Enclave raid this week. This is going to change a lot for a lot of guilds. You may be able to run this place with 25 people now. The longer enrage timers, the insane amounts of less health for the bosses and their ads is going to make a world of difference, right? Like we talked about before, they took away the cannonball cheese with Mason, but it's not going to matter because now you have a longer enrage timer and 15% less health on him and the ads. So when you try and get the scalawags down, you're not going to have an issue with it anymore. You're going to be able to kind of burn through at least the first 5 bosses of this place. And I think that's going to feel really good to a lot of people who have been struggling. I know I'm looking forward to it, but let me know how you guys feel down in the comments below. But there's a little bit more changes. We have some class changes that I want to go over as well. So some other changes we got are portable cannon item will now deal its damage to targets even if they are immune to the stun portion of the effect, which is really nice. The Vanquished Tentacle of Cthulhu and the Eye of Marley have been added to the list of items that cannot be used while in a neutral area like Cenarian Hold. The Scarlet Base Camp is now considered a neutral area where certain effects and spells like Homunculi cannot be used. And now we have some class changes. For Hunters, we have Carve will now benefit from effects that reference a strike type ability. Mages, Deep Freeze will now correctly have its damage increased by 20% per stack of Glaciate was 10% per stack. The Balefire Bolt debuff that increased the damage of Balefire Bolt by 25% per stack now also increases the damage of your Pyroblast by the same percent. For Paladins, we have increases and decreases to Judgment will no longer affect Seal of Command. For Priests, Vampiric Embrace will no longer be subject to the healing reduction players experience in PvP. Developer notes stating this was making Vampiric Embrace much weaker than intended due to the initial spell dealing less damage and then being reduced further by the healing reduction. For rogues, we have the base physical damage reduction from just a flesh rune has been reduced to 20% and it was 30%, so a little bit of a nerf there for tank rogues. We have shamans. The Scarlet Enclave 2-piece set bonus will no longer chain to other targets while burn is engraved. Was casting a flame shock tick that chained even to targets that didn't have a flame shock active, and also chaining multiple times across targets if chain lightning was triggering the spell. The Scarlet Enclave Elemental 2-piece set bonus will now correctly mirror the damage of a flame shock tick. It was treating some bonuses as multiplicative instead of additive, resulting in more damage than a normal flame shock tick. The Scarlet Enclave Elemental 2-piece set bonus will no longer play a flame shock animation from the caster whenever it activates, and the Scarlet Enclave Elemental 2-piece set bonus will now correctly strike targets with an instant tick of flame shock that are out of normal flame shock range. For Warlocks, we have Shadow Bolt Volley now causes Shadow Bolt to deal 30% reduced damage, was 5%. Wow, a massive nerf to Shadow Bolt Volley. Shadow Bolt Volley no longer deals reduced damage if there is only one target that is struck by your Shadow Bolt cast. It was always reduced damage while the rune was engraved. So a bit of a nerf there to the AoE from Warlocks on trash farming, but again, on boss fights, that really isn't going to matter. So this is pretty good. I'm really excited about these changes, and I really want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. I feel like this is something that maybe should have came last week because a lot of people got really discouraged with this raid. You know, it was like, I mean, it's hard. You know what I mean? And I'm all up for a challenge. I want it to be challenging, but the fact of the matter is, if you need to go with 35 plus people, right? And you're getting maybe 20, 25 signups from your guild. So now you're taking 10 to 15 pugs. Now, those pugs are getting gear from the first, second, third, fourth, fifth bosses. So it's making it really hard to actually have some form of progression because you're gearing out pugs that probably aren't going to come back next week. And aside from that, filling those pug slots I have found to be insanely horrible. Like, people just didn't want to do the raid. People are like, nope, I'll wait till it's nerfed. Like, I want no part of this. Like, filling pug slots for this raid has been the hardest thing that I've had to do in Season of Discovery. It was really hard, and I think this is going to help a lot of that. This is going to make raiding Scarlet Enclave feel a lot better. 100% most guilds are going to be 5 out of 8 going forward from today with these changes, which I think really is a great thing. And again, I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. I think Blizzard nailed it with these changes. They did a great job. I'm really excited. If you guys want to watch us raid, our raid is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be jumping into the Scarlet Enclave, me, No Hit Jerome, Ebonheart, the whole guild. So if you guys want to watch that, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/hammerdance. I stream Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. But anyways, guys, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. And thank you all so much for watching and listening in. I'll see you all in the next one.